Peace fam, happy Saturday. It's ThePreshaCooka and I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to break down the beef between Treecy and Toxsique Diamond. I'm going to talk a little bit about what led to the beef. Then I'm going to talk about some patterns that I see because y'all know I like to analyze and pick things apart. And then we're going to talk about where we are today. Also, if you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And if you're looking for political tea, I'm going to be dropping a video sometime within the next 24 hours on that. So let's talk a little bit about what led to this beef between Toxsique and Treecy. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know what comments Treecy said specifically that irritated Toxsique Diamond, but I know that she said something regarding Toxsique and her children that set off Toxsique. I think Toxsique Diamond had asked her to stop saying certain things. And, you know, in true Treecy form, she continued. She loves to put her foot on the gas. And so that resulted in, I think she was flagged by Toxsique. Toxsique is claiming that this happened twice, that she flagged Treecy's channel twice. I think once on her main channel and once on another channel, or maybe it's both on the same channel. I don't know, honey. I don't know. But what we do know is that Treecy is disputing the flagation. She's saying it didn't happen. I don't know if I believe that. You know, Toxsique is mad because she's not happy with some of the things that Treecy was saying. Treecy is claiming fair use, and she supposedly referred to Toxsique as a celebrity. So after she referred to Toxsique as a celebrity, in one of the back and forth videos I listened to of Toxsique yesterday, she was saying, I'm not a celebrity, I'm a bigger YouTuber, but you don't get to use my content based on that and claim fair use. Now, I'm gonna talk a little bit real quick about what I think about people playing back other people's videos within their video. I think if it's short and it's for the purpose of making a point clear, or, you know, you really want to hear how somebody said something, I think that's fine. But I've noticed there's a lot of people who will play entire videos or most of a video. If you're playing more than a few minutes of somebody's video, even if it's fair use, to me, it just looks lazy. It tells me you lack creativity. When I click on somebody's video, I want to hear what you have to say about it. If I want to hear what that person said, I just go to their channel. It also takes away views from that person. And so it just, to me, it just feels a little bit unfair. I think some people abuse fair use and they use it to be lazy. And that's just really what I think about it. So anyway, you know, I know that Treecy likes to play entire things in her video, and, you know, that irritates people. So, you know, they ended up in this big fight yesterday where I think somehow Toxsique ended up on Treecy's channel. This is what I observed. I felt like Toxsique could not get a word in, okay? Treecy kept talking over her and yelling and screaming and making comments. And every time Toxsique tried to make a point, she was just like, don't get this, and telling her not to get froggy. And it's like, well, you're in a beef, so she's not going to talk to you, you know, all nice and calm. And she wasn't even, I don't even think Toxsique was going that crazy. That's just my perspective. So I thought that she was rude. And then when she booted Toxsique off her channel, she continued to assault of words, which I think could actually be used against Treecy. Treecy, you are getting sued for defamation by Toxsique. And I think that you continuing to call her all types of bitches and other names is not going to help the defamation lawsuit. I'm just saying. So, you know, a lot of stuff happened last night. It was too much child. And I woke up this morning and it seemed like it's still going. I just think that one of the things Treecy needs to remember is Toxsique is not a part of the beef sector. She's not really just about the fight with words. I actually believe her that she contacted her lawyer. I believe that she is actively trying to sue her. And if that's the case, you know, in the beef sector, people like to flex and, you know, puff out their chest and act like they're King Kong. But when you're actually dealing with serious legal matters, you really got to move smart. You got to, if you're going to continue to drag the person, you have to do it tastefully. And that's not what I've seen. You know, I just see more ammo for Toxsique's defamation lawsuit personally. So I'm going to break down a little bit of patterns I've seen with Treecy. I've talked about this before in my channel. Some of those videos are gone because I took down that channel, but here goes. So, like I said before, sometimes Treecy has a tendency to get her foot stuck on the gas pedal and she just continuously does wrong things, even when she's in a world of hurt, even when, you know, somebody's coming for her neck. Now, part of it may look commendable to people because they're like, oh, you know, she's standing in her ground, you know, she's doubling down on what she says. However, a lot of the times that she does this, she's actually wrong. Like, she actually has done something wrong or super messed up. And this is not a time to double down. It's easier either a time to apologize or shut up or move on. And I see that she struggles with that. Sometimes I think, Treecy, your behavior borders on stalkerish behaviors. And I've noticed that you get upset when people close to you steer you away from the wrongdoing. People can't tell you nothing. People can't tell you how they feel. In fact, people can't even voice an opinion that's different than yours. The other thing I see, which is related more to this situation, is Treecy has a huge pattern of being fixated on other people and their children. Okay, this is one of the problems that I have with her, and this is part of why I stopped supporting her channel, because as I discussed in an old video, I heard for myself when Treecy threatened that she was going to put somebody's child on an adult website. Now, I'm not going to unpack that because, we're not going to get into it, but that is significant to me, and that really stood out. And to me, when she doubled down on those comments, it let me know this is not somebody I want to support or be associated with. So to that point, she also tends to weaponize CPS against people. To be fair, she's not the only one who does it. There's a lot of people on here who threaten CPS for the wrong reasons. Now, I already talked about this in the false reporting video. Yeah, I can check that out. But Treecy recently called CPS on another mother simply because she was beefing with them. And I believe she's made threats about Toxsique. I'm sorry if I'm messing your name up. I don't know which pronunciation it is, so please forgive me. So, she's done this before, and she continues to threaten it, and these are patterns that I see that are very disturbing. And I want to know, what is it? Why are you so fixated on, number one, other people and their children and how they parent, unless there's truly significant concerns? It's just weird. It's weird. There's some weird stuff going on there. And I am starting to think you are jealous of people with children, because this is a pattern that you've developed. I thought, when it was just with BayBay, I'm like, oh, whatever. This is just the way she's getting back at her and stuff. And this is really messed up. But now I see a pattern of you doing this to people, and it's very concerning. The other thing I think is, now this is going to sound real serious, but this is my unbiased commentary. Treecy, I truly believe Treecy has a death wish. Now, whether that is an actual death, a literal or figurative death, I don't know. But the way you behave, Treecy, it makes me feel like you don't care about your own well-being. You seem very unhappy with your life, and I'm sure for multiple reasons. And then I think you want others to feel that misery that you feel. So a lot of the things you do that's out there, I think is because you want other people. Maybe you're not thinking about this consciously, but subconsciously, I think you want other people to be miserable like you. I believe that I've seen you at happier times. I don't know what's going on in your life. It's none of my business, but it just seems like there's stuff up, because the way you keep your heavy-footed foot on the gas, even in the times of trouble, it makes no sense to me, and it seems self-destructive. Also, I don't think Treecy really knows herself. I think that she looks for a lot of validation and self-worth on the internet. And I think this is part of why she's continuously getting into beefs with people. That's just my observations. I'm also going to talk about what I see with Toxsique. Treecy's cycle of idealizing and devaluing people, to me, it just points to her unstable view of herself and the relationships that she has. So that's what I see there. I'm gonna put it all out there because that's what I see. Those are the concerns that I have. Now, let's talk a little bit about Toxsique. So we know she says she's gonna file, a defamation lawsuit against Treecy. She's gonna sue her. She said they got to pay me, boy. That's what she's saying. Now, I don't know if she's gonna be very successful in terms of how much money she can get out of this, but she's clearly making a statement by telling Treecy, I'm going to sue you for defaming me as a parent, and all these other things. Again, I don't know what specific comments were said that set her off. Now, this is what I have to say to you, Toxsique. I understand that it's very frustrating to hear people talk about your parenting, but I really feel like your anger is a lot deeper than what it seems. What's really going on? I know recently you went through a lot. You were attacked by this woman. I don't know the full story, but you have been going through a lot, and it could be very upsetting and extra triggering to have people criticize your parenting. But I'd like to add that your whole channel is discussing other people's lives. So while it's okay for you to be upset and even file this lawsuit, I don't think you're thinking about it as fairly as you would, right? You're not on your channel defaming people, you're reporting on people. But from Treecy's perspective, she might think that's what she's doing, is reporting on people. So, some of the comments you made, oh, you're just a small channel and you only have 2,000 people. At some point you would have had to hit 2,000 before you hit 143,000, if I understand my math correctly. So you would have been there at some point. Were you less than then? Were you less of a person then? Were you less important then when you had 2,000 people? So some of the points you're making, I get it, you're at war with somebody, but it kind of sounds a little bit like, you know, oh, I'm better than other people who have less people than me. And to me, it's just a number, right? You know, the content you're putting out, I think you put out really good content. I actually am subscribed to your channel before this beef. So I do like the stuff that you put out. But to me, I just think sometimes when people get to a certain point, they automatically think they're better than other people. And I just think that's ridiculous. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. I really think that Treecy needs to take a step back because, again, I really think this lady's actually going to sue you. I really do. So this is what I have to say about the situation. As always, guys, please leave your comments below. What do you think about this situation? Do you side with any of these people, or do you just kind of feel like, not invested? We'll see what happens. Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.